Hi, welcome back to me and Mon Ami. Now, over the last few months, it's safe to say we've tried quite a number of portable power stations with our Citroen Ami. Portable power stations being a means to extend the range, to charge up on the road. And to be honest, I thought I'd reached the sort of apex of these things. I wasn't going to look at any more. But then a firm called Ukitel got in touch with me, and they said they may have something which might be the perfect solution. So this is the Ukitel P2001 portable power station, and we've been testing this thing on the road for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I have to say it's got an awful lot to commend it. So let's just take a look what you get in the box, as it were. Quick reveal, hopefully. Lift this thing out. First thing you'll notice is, relative to some of the others we've looked at, how easy it was to lift out. This is 20 kilos, just around 20 kilos. Now, some of the others we've looked at, the Bluetti AC200 Max, 27 kilos. The Bluetti, a great machine, but boy was it big and boy was it heavy. So let's take a look at what you get with this. Well, you get, we power it on, pretty clear display screen. Can you see that, Mr. Boo? No, I can actually read it, but it doesn't always actually read on the camera, but you definitely can see this outside, and it very clearly tells you the percentage of the battery. It tells you the amount of power that has been drawn from it, and it tells you how long you've got until the thing goes flat. Get rid of the distractions. Looking on the front here, you've got your usual stuff. You've got multiple USB-A chargers. There are 4 of them at different wattages, going right up to 18 watts. You've 2 at 18 watts and you've 2 at 2.4. You've also got 2 USB-C power delivery 100-watt ports, so those would be great for fast charging your phone, fast charging your iPad, fast charging your drone, fast charging your portable toothbrush. You've also got here a cigarette lighter socket, so if you were using this in your Citroen Ami with, say, a ceramic heater, because you've got the old issue with the fogging, or it's a bit chilly and you don't want to burn the main battery, you could plug that into here. You've also got another 12 volt 10 amp socket here. I've never figured out quite what you do with those on any of these portable power stations, but I'm sure some of you would use them, and you've a couple of other 12 volts here. Quickly moving around to the side, you've got here your power inlet, and you've got here your solar power inlet. Now, just come and have a look on the top, Mr. Boo, because this is one of the best things I think about this portable power station, is that with the Bluetti, you had on this top section 2 little pads where you charge your phone. Now, they were quite handy, but I got to be honest, I didn't use them that often. But what I love is that in here, you've got all your power cables, so everything is with you all the time. The other thing I love about this portable power station is that in order to charge it up, you stick that in there and you stick that in the wall. There's no external power brick. Now, if you're traveling around in a very small car, an external power brick that's the size of a brick is a problem. So this, you stick into your wall at home or in the hotel, wherever you're going on the road. The amazing thing is the speed at which this charges. Ukitel say it charges in 1.8 hours from flat to full. It does. We've absolutely tested it. It really, in under 2 hours, you will go from a completely empty charger to a completely full power station. The other great thing about this is it has pass-through charging, which means while this is plugged in, you can be using all these sockets. You could even, though we've not been able to test this yet, be charging your car. And as I say, here you've got the socket where you can plug in the old solar panels. Not going to do that today, but they certainly will work with this up to 500 watts. So that's easy. Coming round this side, Mr. Boo, is the AC ports. Now you may have wondered when you looked at this front, where do I plug in my kettle, my barbecue, or more importantly, my Citroen Ami? Well, here they are. You've got three European style on this version AC output ports. Pure sine wave, so they're going to be very stable. They're not going to blow anything up. And in our testing, they certainly haven't blown Elton up. So you quite literally stick your power cable from the car into here, turn this on, don't turn this on first, power cable in, turn this on, and away you go, and it starts to charge. You've also got on the front here a little emergency light, which is actually a lot more useful than you think, and the usual emergency signal if you get stuck up a mountain with a maiden in distress, or even a non-maiden. So that kind of summarizes what you've got in this portable power station, but the crucial bit is how much charge does it give our Citroen Ami? How much extra range do we get? And this is the big one, does it really fit? And does it fit in the suitcase compartment at the front? Because you may remember our video we did about the Bluetti AC200 Max, which is a great machine and has an external app and all the bells and whistles, but it's just a bit big to put in there with a passenger. If you're traveling by yourself, the AC200 Max will have 22 kilometers range, sits next to you in the passenger zone, job's a good one. But if you've got a friend with you, if you're lucky enough to have friends, then it was a problem. So let's now take this into the cab of the car, into the cab of the quad, and see how it fits. And then I'll tell you about its performance in terms of actually charging up a Citroen Ami. And I'll also tell you how much it costs. So stick your wires back in here so it's all neat and tidy. Press your lid down and away we go. So as I say, 20 kilos. I should have wrapped this cable up properly, shouldn't I? Just too lazy I am, too lazy. Stick that in there. There's a little cable tie goes around it if you're going to do it properly, but there you go, that's in. So as I say, 20 kilos. Now it's amazing, this is not light, but 20 kilos is such a difference to 27, isn't it, Mr. Boo? 27 is a real killer. 20 is absolutely possible without breaking your back. So let's go around the other side and see how it fits in the cab. Okay, so now the moment of truth. Here we are on the passenger side. Let's see how this fits into the quad. And then I'm going to tell you about its performance. So you can lift it pretty easily now, like the old Bluetti AC200 Max. You know, you could put it here if you were alone in the car, but obviously that's not very comfortable for your passenger. So does it fit in the suitcase well? Well. Push, 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 push. It very nearly does. If they just shaved a little bit off, it'd go right into that corner. But as you can see, even push that far in, you've absolutely no problem as a passenger sitting here. And even Mr. Boo, you've done it, haven't you?
Even with my giraffe legs.
Even with his giraffe legs, he's had no problem, and we took this thing on the road on a sort of 4-day expedition, and it did save our bacon. So you can get it that far in. We also worked out by using this box that there is a way to get it even further in, which is to actually just raise up the power station from the floor. Now, I wouldn't suggest you use an old Amazon box. I think you could mock up something a little better, but this does actually fit. And because, if you can see here, Mr. Boo, it's narrower here. This suitcase box is narrower at the bottom than it is when you get up here, just a little bit. If you put it on the box, you can actually get it further in. I mean, it's only a marginal improvement, but it is an improvement, and it's gone in. The thing you have to watch, though, if you're going to do that, is if you're going up steep hills, this is a tendency to slide, so you would have to work out some way to secure it. In the end of the day, we've not bothered raising it up. We're quite happy with it pushed in here. And it's interesting that once this thing came into the quad, it's never really left. We've just kept it there. Now, I wouldn't say for a second you need one of these if you are, just doing the same commute every day. You don't need that level of range anxiety. That's not what it's for. What it's for is if you're going on a trip and the extra range will just save you from stopping to have a charge or finding a charge. You have to stop, obviously, to use this. So what extra range does it give you? The answer is it's just slightly less than the Bluetti AC200 Max. The Bluetti AC200 Max, we got 22 kilometers of range out of. This, we get an extra 19. What do you do to charge? You simply pull your cable out here, come to the side here, undo the socket, make sure this is turned off, stick it in one of these sockets at the side. You've got 3 of them. Turn on the Ukitel from the front, power it up, and then don't forget you've got a special little button here which kind of baffled us for a while, and we thought, oh, it's not working, and you just turn on the AC there. And if you take a look over here, Mr. Boo, hopefully there you can see the dash coming on, the battery appearing, and it's showing 46 minutes to a full charge. I think we came down here with about 65 kilometers of range in it. Now if I just move it again so you can see the dials here, now you can see pretty clearly. I should probably take off the plastic, but you can see how much is going out. So we're at 650 output at the minute. We will get up to about 2,000, but this has a 4,000 watt surge capacity, so you're fine. You may remember way back we tried some smaller ones, and of course once the draw from the car got to about 1900 or something, it just went pop. And you can also very clearly see 100% left in the battery, and it very clearly here says how long you have got until this will be flattened. And I think this display is really simple and very, very useful. It's not got too many bells and whistles. It tells you what you need to know, which is what the car is drawing, how much power you've got left in this, and how long it will be going at that rate before this is flat. So the bottom line is it's showing about 47 minutes to flatten the whole thing, and it's about 42 to a full charge. Now obviously that will alter, it recalibrates as it goes on, but we found in testing, and we've done quite a lot of testing of this, that we can get an extra 19 kilometers of range, which is pretty good. So what you've got here is a solar power station that you can charge up from home, that you can charge up in under 2 hours, and that will give you an extra 19 kilometers of range. And it's a great feeling to have this with you, particularly if you're going on a bit of a daft journey like we did through the red rocks of the Leicester. Wait for that, it's coming up later in the season. What about cost? Well, this is also good news. This thing is coming in at about 1,299 euros, and in fact you may find in sales and things you can get it even less, but that's the lowest price I've found thus far for a power station with this amount of capacity, which gives you this amount of range and which fits well enough into the suitcase well to make it possible to travel with, and 2 people, and a chihuahua, and the luggage, and my sandwiches. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been useful. Check out the Ukitel. It's definitely a possible if you're looking for a power station for your Citroen Ami. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like. Please think about buying us a coffee, and remember, stay charged. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.